What's up, guys? Sorry for the late start. Doing a couple renovations at the casa. Yeah, another week, another beautiful week. It's December. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Thanksgiving was fun. Ate a ton of food, chilled with the family. But it's Christmas time, and I'm gonna spend it in Hawaii in some warmth. The Eddie Cal tournament is on watch, so we got big wave surf tournament at Pipe. Actually, no, it's not a Pipe. Waimea Bay. Conditions have to be perfect. We all know that. So I'm excited to go home pretty soon. But let's get to episode 8. I am your host, Breland Almadova. On IG, I am known as the real_smoothie king, or just the real smoothie king. And we are on the No Filter Network. Thank you, Eric Burns, and the No Network Filter Ohana. Words are a little mumble jumbled as my mind has been all over the place today. Lots to do, so little time, lots to see, not enough to see, not enough eyes. So, episode 8. We're going to talk about the slump, resilience, faith, and the fight back. How do we get out of the slump? Why do we get in the slump? Honestly, there is no reason why we should ever be in a slump, ever have slump in our vocabulary, ever have slump in the back of our mind. Okay? Take it out. There's no such thing. I will say there is a such thing as a slump buster. Those I believe in. So that's the only time you can use the word slump. All right. But this is episode 8. Barrels with Breland. All right. Where we talk hitting, mindset, and everything baseball. From fundamentals to faith. To it all happens for a reason, man. And yeah, one of the most uncomfortable but inevitable parts of baseball is the failure. I'm not going to use the S word anymore, or try not to unless I really need to. All right. So, few of the talking points we're going over. Every hitter at every level experiences this. All right, experiences it. We're going to call it, if you have suggestions, put it in the comments for another word, but I don't want to use it because I don't want to think about it because it just doesn't exist. We'll say a learning opportunity. How about that? So a learning opportunity, aka the S word, isn't just a lack of hits. You know, it's the feeling of being lost, like you don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, it's just nothing's falling, nothing's going right, and you don't know how to pick back up. All right, so it's a physical, mental, and emotional play on your life and on the game. Okay, so you question your swing, you question your timing, and most of all, you question your confidence. Your confidence kind of slips away, and you are in la la land, honestly. Like you're not in the zone, you're not at that, oh, I blacked out and I don't know how I did that. Right? And that's what we all want. We want the feeling of every day, no matter what. You just know you're going to get a hit or going to have 4 great at-bats. Okay? You start pressing, swinging at pitches you shouldn't, trying to force results. Remember, we can only control what we can control. What you can't control, you don't have control over. Sorry, I checked the phone. All right, so we need to focus on what we can control. What we can control is our attitude, our effort, and how hard we play, our passion. Okay? So that's what we need to focus on, and those are the things that's going to get us out of the learning opportunity curve. Okay? So, a learning opportunity curve is not who you are as a hitter. It's simply a season you're walking through. Okay? It's just you're riding the roller coaster, and we all want to gradually just go here. We don't want to, do the ups and downs, the troughs and the depths. So, it's a phase, and the best hitters, the big leaguers, their time of that phase is here, whereas minor leaguers, other professional ball players, that time to get out of it is here. Okay, so big leaguers, they can get out of it like that for the most part. Other ones are like this. So, like, I think Schwarber had a pretty good one this year, but he was still having great at bat. So it's not like, he was swinging at bad pitches. Yeah, he might have been striking out a lot, but I mean, come on, guys. Guys are throwing 95 plus with nastier stuff. So yeah, guys are going to strike out, but it wasn't like he was having bad at bat. So I wouldn't call that a learning opportunity phase. And he was still hitting the ball hard. Balls weren't just dropping. The phase we're talking about is you're swinging at bad pitches, you're having weak contact, you're striking out a lot on bad pitches. That's what we're looking for. That's what creates this phase, this chapter in a season. Okay. So what we need to do, number one, we need to return to our foundation. And the way we return to it is, like I've said in previous episodes, we need a journal. We need something to write down. Because if we write it down when we're going well, when we go bad, we can look back at it, and that's what we were doing when we were doing well, and then that's what we just do. So that's kind of what big leaguers do. They write down their stuff. So when one bad game goes wrong, they go back to that chapter or that date in their journal. This is what I was feeling. This is what I was thinking. And that's what they do. So that's part of the foundation. Okay, so we're going back to the basics. And the foundation starts before we do drills, before we go into stance, before we talk about mechanics. It's the writing habits. It's the off the field foundation. Okay. Then we can go back to stance, low, timing, look at film. And we can analyze and stop being like overthinking things and think that, oh, we got 12 things wrong with our swing, we got to fix every single one. All right. Hard contact versus soft contact. Is every at bat hard contact or is it soft contact? If you're having hard contact during this phase, those are good signs of quabs, quality at bats. Okay, we want the more quabs, the more success you're going to have. We don't have to count the hits. The more quabs, the more hits are going to come. But we can't control the result. All right. The less quabs, then that's where we need to start thinking about, am I in this phase? And that's where you go back to your foundation. Okay. Every season of struggle is an invitation to return to our fundamentals, to the process, to what we were doing before when things were going right. And usually that's when we wrote it down, because it's the easiest way to remember. We all try to remember what we were feeling, but you can't remember unless you absolutely write it down. Our mind has thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of thoughts going on in our every day. And so we can't keep track of it, no matter how focused you try to be. Okay, number 2. Breathe. We need to breathe. We need to slow the game down. Okay? So our pre-pitch preparation is so important. I've talked about this before. We need a pre-pitch preparation for every single pitch. We need a routine that helps us slow the game down, gets us into our rhythm, our confidence. Okay? So we step out of the box, we breathe, we feel the heartbeat, we feel our feet grounded. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel your feet digging in the dirt, and that's how you become present in that moment, and that's all you think about. Okay? And remind yourself, you've done this a million times, but every single time needs to have an intention. It needs to have a focus, a pure focus, that you're right where you're supposed to be in that moment, doing what you always do. Okay? That's how we slow the game down. Our pre-pitch preparation, our 3 keys to success: breathe, be easy, hammer it, is one I always like to say, because Michael Kowalski, all right, my mentor, my former banana ball coach, lifetime friend. That's his go-to. Breathe, be easy, hammer it. Okay, and that's who I look up to a lot for advice, wisdom, mentorship. And if you want to play tennis and just open your mind to the mental game of performance in any sports, that's your man for the mental game. If you want a mental coach, a mental performance coach, hit up Michael Kowalski. I will give you his number right now. Literally, hit him up and tell him Breland sent you, or Breland referred him. All right, let's go. 480-791-4603. Michael Kowalski, mental performance coach, one of the best. I promise you. All right, third, we need to think about our approach. All right, what are we thinking when we were going bad? And then we look at our notes, what are we thinking when things were going good? So the best way to do it is always keep the approach simple. Hunt one zone, stay on the fastball, look for one pitch, hit the ball hard. That's all sometimes we need to focus on. Hit the ball hard, barrel the ball, see ball, hit ball, So simplify your approach. Instead of thinking, all right, inside the ball, we're going to stay to the right side, or look inside and we're going to just try and hook the ball. Keep it as simple and less verbiage as possible. See ball, hit ball, one pitch, stay on the fastball, hunt one zone. The approach could also be your 3 keys to success. Breathe, be easy, and hammer it, and that's it. It could be aggressive. It could be slow and early. All right. Number 4, stop trying to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. God's perfect. No such thing as perfection in human beings. You don't need 3 hits today. We need to compete one pitch at a time, every pitch, offense and defense. Okay, what we need to focus on after we've done the preparation in our drills, our mental game, our routines, what we need to focus on is the quabs. What can I do today to be better? And what can I do today that can best help the team win? That's what we need to think today. And always use the skills God's given you and find a way to help the team win. How can you be better for the team today to help the team win? Okay? So no more perfection. It's preparation. Okay? Because all it takes is one good swing, it could be a swing and miss. It could be a foul ball. It could be a hit. And you're right back. It takes one to get the confidence back, to snap out of it. So stop trying to be perfect. The game's failure. You're going to fail at least 7 out of 10 times. So stop worrying. And the only way you stop worrying is if you keep showing up. You put in the work, you keep showing up. Okay, all these phases end when you stay consistent with drills, routines, reps, film, mindset. The more consistent you are, the less bad times you're going to have, the less of these S phases you're going to have. And you might not even have one anymore. Like, you might have one bad game, but that's not a bad stretch. A bad stretch is like you go 5+ games of 0 hits, striking out a lot, just really bad. And that's where you feel lost. But 1 game, it doesn't. 2 games, it doesn't matter. Because then you go 3 for 3 in the 3rd game, you're still batting. Let's say you go 0 for 4, 2 games, that's 8. You get 3 hits the next game. And let's say you got 3 hits on a walk. So you go 3 for 11. You're batting right under 300. It's not a big deal, guys. Just keep showing up. Put in the work. When you are down, action changes your attitude. Motion changes your mood. So when you're down, we need to do something. Go practice. Be intentional with the practice, with the drills. Okay? Every rep counts for something. It counts towards your success rate on the field, honestly. Okay? So keep showing up. Most players lose the battle because they quit before the breakthrough. Keep pushing forward. Stop pressing. Put in the work. Smart. Be smart about it. Don't just do quantity. Be smart about your reps, be intentional, and stay focused. All right. So we're going to go into the resilience and the faith of this bad phase in baseball. Okay. The reality is baseball humbles everyone that plays this game. You think you're good until someone's better, or you have a bad game, and you're just like, oh, shit. Okay. Sometimes you do everything right, and you still go 0 for 4. You could hit the ball the hardest you've ever hit it 4 times, and it still gets caught, and you're still out. So that's how it humbles you. No matter how good you think you did that day, can't control the result, and you'd be out. Okay? So let's kind of go into the faith perspective of this whole reality of bad phases in baseball. Okay? So God uses the valleys to strengthen discipline. If you have discipline in life, in this game, that's what creates the consistency to do everything right, to prepare you for every opportunity that God gives you in those pressure situations. You get pressure situations because it's the opportunity. It's an opportunity that shows that you were ready or you weren't. Okay? Struggles build gratitude. Every time we struggle, we need to think back, well, what went right? What went right? And then you can go, what do I need to work on? But the struggles help you think back and reflect on your faith of everything that's gone right, though. Because there's usually a lot more going right for you than it's going bad. If you don't get a hit, you know what? You have so much to look back to, so much to be grateful for. Family, roof over your head, food, clothes, fresh drinking water. I mean, it's just a game, guys. So at the end of the day, we're still alive. We're still breathing. And God willing, we get another day tomorrow to lace it up and go back on the field. Okay? So it reminds you to lean on Him and not just on your talent. Lean on Him for everything. Lean on Him for your drills, your practice, your eating, your food, your nutrition, your... Everything you do in life is because of that higher power, because of God, because of Him, because of Jesus, who came down in God form, in human form, with God power. That's what I believe in, and that's what carries me through every day. I may not preach it a lot. I may not speak it out a lot. Obviously, on this podcast, I am. But everything I have, everything I've gone through, the timing of everything, it's crazy to look back on because it's so perfectly made that it just all makes sense to where I'm at now. And I believe that that's the true power of God, and Him also giving us the freedom of choice, you know, our free will. But even with our free will, He's still guiding our path, because we'll get into those struggles, those low times, and that's Him redirecting us, making us stronger. Okay, so God doesn't waste, I'm going to say it for this, God doesn't waste slumps. He uses them. You know what? God doesn't waste failures. How about that? God doesn't waste mistakes, failures, slumps. He uses them to shape your resilience, not just your batting average. Okay? He's shaping our strength, our faith, and not just numbers on a screen that really mean nothing when we die. Okay, like, it's numbers on the freaking screen. Who cares? Who cares? What you can't control is how hard you played, the passion you played, your attitude and your effort. That's it. Because if you can say you did 100% attitude, effort, passion, all of it, if you did 100%, that's all you can do. And you can look back and be like, I gave it my all, and it just wasn't my day. All right, so some few tips, guys. Don't isolate. Talk to teammates, talk to coaches. I've been the guy that isolates, don't want to be around anyone, you know, and that was a cancer on the team. It didn't work. I stayed in a bad phase for even a longer time. So one pitch at a time, one game at a time. Don't isolate. Talk to teammates. They're going to help you. You know, don't feel sorry for yourself, because no one else does. Honestly, no one cares if you're in a slump, because in their minds, because I've done it, is like, well, if they're in a slump, then I'm not worried about being cut because he's doing way worse than I am. And so most of the time, guys don't care if you're in a slump. But if you take away that frustration and go to players and go to coaches and ask, and start just asking questions and be curious and be interested and be the one that's willing to put in more work, that bad phase is going to shorten and shorten and shorten. And guys are really going to like you, and you're going to be a good teammate. All right. Second, keep your routine even when the results aren't there. Sure, you might switch up the routine, if you think it's a mechanical problem, maybe add in another drill or try another drill. But keep your routine. Keep that mindset of barrel the ball on every routine, front toss, tee. Anything that you do, even batting practice. Batting practice is the best time to get out of a slump because you know what's coming, same speed over and over, and that's where you can let it eat. Let it eat or focus every round on something different, or all 4 rounds the same thing. Inside the ball, I'm going to hammer ground balls to second base, or I'm going to try and hit the pitcher screen every single time, all 4 rounds. One advice I will say is don't try to hit home runs in BP, especially if you're in a bad phase. That's not going to help. It's going to boost the ego, and we don't need the ego. We need to boost the you that knows how to play the game. Okay. Third, speak life over your game. Don't let the enemy win with your own words. So how do we do that? We breathe. We're going to have a lot of thoughts coming in our mind, and we want them to stay positive. The negative ones, ignore. The more we can say, you've done this before, you're good, you got this, things of that nature, the better this phase will be, and the faster you'll get out of it with confidence, and you'll stay happier throughout your days. Okay. And fourth, visualize success. I believe wholeheartedly in the law of attraction because that's how God works. That's just how it works. You ask, he gives. If it's meant to be, he gives. Okay. But you're not going to get unless you visualize and unless you ask. So visualize you doing everything right. Everything right, no matter how many times you've done it bad. Visualize every time of you doing it right. Visualize success before you step in the box, before you step on the field. Visualize yourself making diving catches. Visualize yourself throwing out runners. Visualize yourself hitting line drives. Visualize yourself sitting on a curveball and smashing it. Visualize. Okay. And last but not least, guys, we're going to go into a kind of a little switch up here. This last segment is going to be just a little more baseball talk. We're going to go minor league baseball versus entertainment baseball, right? Because I've noticed I got friends jump into the entertainment side, and I don't know your reasons why, but I can guess. Minor league money and independent league money is not good. That's one. Two is you're coming over to entertainment because you're playing in front of sold-out crowds and you're traveling all over the country. Well, okay, so 2 is sold-out crowds. 3 is you get to travel way more. And 4 is you're probably treated better overall in entertainment baseball than you are in regular minor leagues or independent leagues, okay? So that's what I see from a lot of friends coming over, former teammates. They're trying to go the entertainment route now. And I could say 5, it's way more fun, but I doubt that's at the top of their reasons why they're jumping over. Okay? So here, basic differences, minor league or independent. Development focus, results matter, scouts, all that stuff. Stats, scouting, advancement. The grind is harder. Buses, travel, the pressure, the constant evaluation. Playing in front of sometimes 50 people, sometimes 4. Long rain delays. And last, it's baseball in its purest competitive form, though. I mean, you got guys all having the same goal to get to the big leagues, all trying to get into affiliated ball if you're an indie ball, but everyone is grinding for the same reason, get to the big leagues, because that's just One, where the money is. Two, you're treated so well. And three, you're playing with the best of the best. So why not? Now, in entertainment ball, you got banana ball and you got cosmic ball. Two totally different entertainment things with two totally different rules and two totally different styles. We're not even going to compare it because I don't want to. People have already said, well, cosmic is the wash off or the knockoff from banana ball, but no. It's just another entertainment team coming out and doing it totally different. Less singing, dancing, less TikTok trends. Yeah, there's going to be celebrations. Sure, there might be a little dancing, but it's totally different. All right, so we need to stop comparing. And the comparison in life in general, when you compare, it just means you're insecure about what you're doing because you want to feel better, especially if you're talking down about somebody else. Okay, so in entertainment ball, cosmic or banana, it's focused on fan engagement and atmosphere. Okay. There's more freedom to express yourself personally, express your personality a lot more. You can be yourself, I would say, more, whereas minor leagues, it's like you just need to be a ball player, play hard, all that stuff. Gameplay, still competitive, but it's built around entertaining fans and interaction. All right. Then the emphasis is on joy, energy, nonstop music, interaction, theatrics, fireworks, lights. All right, so cosmic is lights, music, kind of like a rave. Banana ball is dancing, singing, and a different set of baseball rules. Okay, and then in entertainment ball, it's a place where baseball meets showmanship, and a showmanship in a way of celebrating everything and not having hard feelings toward anybody. So that's it. If you have any more questions on entertainment ball, message me. I know both. I played banana ball, and I'm doing cosmic now. I'm building that up, and it's going to be insane. 2026, get your tickets now. Line it up, people. Because cosmic's coming. I mean, it is out of this world. We're going into another galaxy. And yes, I'm still pretty adamant about an entertainment baseball World Series championship where the best of the best banana ball players play the best of the best cosmic players, and whichever team is the home team. So if we travel to the bananas, we play by those rules. If they travel to cosmic, we play by cosmic baseball rules. And let's do best of 7. All right, let's see who's got the talent, who can adapt to different rules. Why not? And then I also posted another post later on that said, let's raise the stakes and say all ticket sales go to the winner of that championship series. You got to keep your merch sales, but ticket sales for however many games it takes for a team to win 4 go to the winners. And then we can crown the best of the best entertainment in baseball. So, in closure, let's not lose our heart, guys. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 16, therefore we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. Every day is a new day, guys. A fresh, new, brand new day to start whatever you want to do. If you don't like something, you have the choice tomorrow or right now in this moment, if there is a tomorrow, but which would be a today, you have the choice to renew, be reborn. All right. So let's not waste our time here. When slumps hit, remember, your spirit is being strengthened. Give yourself a little bit of grace. Okay. Even when your stats aren't showing it, push forward, move forward, put in the work, keep your faith, stay consistent, and trust that your breakthrough is on the way, because the best is yet to come, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Episode 8, Barrels of Breland. If today's message encouraged you or enlightened you, or you thought it was just cool, or you didn't like it, share it anyways. It will be posted on Spotify. Episode 7 should be on Spotify and YouTube now. Actually, it's not because I haven't posted it yet. But It is on No Filter Network. Share it, comment. Again, Instagram, _Smoothie King. I will share it there. I won't share this, but you can replay this and listen to it on Spotify and my YouTube channel. Just look up Breland Almadova, or I think the profile is Almadova50. Anyways, we'll see you next episode. Keep working, keep believing, keep swinging with the purpose. Have a little bit of faith, guys. Maybe a lot. God is good. Amen.